You know, if you are a boxing or MMA fan, today there were two fights, or rather three fights that you would know about. One is the Bare Knuckle Boxing Championship, BKFC, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, BKFC. It was between Mike Perry and what is that other guy's name? I can't get his name. Tall, dark, black guy. He is one of the best at striking. Okay, that's one. Venom Page. Yeah, that's one. The second one was between Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk or something his name is. Okay. Forgive me for my pronunciation. So Alexander, so that was held in Saudi. That was a big match. And the third one was between Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. I'll put the links below. You can have a look at the fight. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting these three fights is because there were life lessons which just came as a realization. They were very profound. They were very deep. And I thought it would be nice to share it with you because I shared this with one of my important clients. Okay, he's my long-term client. So what are the lessons? The first one, Mike Perry versus Michael Venom Page. Now, the funny thing about this fight was both these fighters are mixed martial arts. Mixed martial arts, they know karate, they know jiu-jitsu, they know boxing, they know wrestling. So you have to learn all these disciplines. But the funny thing was Mike Perry, who was an MMA fighter, he was not so great. He was among the world's best, but he was average. He was winning, losing fights. Okay. But he was a slightly crazy cat. He had a controversial way of doing things, cutting himself and showing he got injured with blood coming out of his legs, and he is mad. Michael Venom Page, on the other hand, loved to be controversial, but he was a showboater. He liked to show off and dance. When he was hitting, he would do some breakdance moves, and he was devastating. In fact, he gave a guy, Cyborg's husband, I can't get his name, he gave him a flying knee to his forehead and crushed his skull. Huh? He had to get titanium plates here. It actually is skull. Seriously, he is that devastating. Okay, so you should see that fight is there. And see the x-ray, you'll see the, it's like as if, smashed, like unbelievable. So this guy was leaps and bounds ahead compared to Mike Perry in MMA. He was almost like a world champion. However, they transitioned, first Mike Perry transitioned to bare knuckle. So in bare knuckle, you only fight as boxers, but without gloves, only with your bare knuckles. Many people say that is a very bloody form, it's dangerous. No, actually, with bare knuckle, you tend to bleed more because it's your knuckle that hits the skin. So you bleed more. But the head trauma is more in boxing with gloves because there you have cushion, so you can't see the blow, but it's like a big hit that rocks your whole insides, and it's crazy. Anyway, that's another thing. CTE, they call it, trauma for the head and all that. All right. So now, a CTE or something, you can correct me if I'm wrong over there. Okay, so now these two guys from MMA, where they have to learn multiple disciplines, they both eventually ended up moving to BKFC, where they only have to fight with their knuckles and boxing. Okay, you don't have to do jiu-jitsu, don't have to do wrestling, nothing. The funny thing is, had Mike Perry fought with this guy, Venom Page, in MMA, he would have lost. But when he fought with Mike Perry in bare knuckle championship, Mike Perry won. And for me, the lesson over there is, sheesh, you can be good in one thing, you may not be good in everything. And you might say, Loy, isn't that obvious? You may not be good at everything. This may sound like it's obvious, but I'll tell you, people forget this. For example, how many times have you seen a multi-billionaire or millionaire or businessman who has one business that is running very well, and decides to open another business and another business and another business because they think they can never fail. But then at some point, all their other businesses collapse and then pull down even the successful one. This has happened so many times. People believe in their own aura, they believe in their own bullshit, as to say. They think they're infallible. Most of the people don't think that maybe I'm successful because I got lucky. So the first lesson that I saw from these two guys was, you might be good at one thing, you may not be good at everything. So Mike Perry versus Michael Venom Page. That's first one. The second one, this one was a big one. Anthony Joshua versus that Oleksandr Ugreb, whatever his name. Can't get it's a very weird spelling. Now, Anthony Joshua lost to this guy from Ukraine. Okay. And Anthony Joshua, generally, when he has his comeback fight, he tends to win. See, until now, Anthony Joshua was, I mean, he was like, nobody could stop him. Okay. He was a pound for pound. He was in the, people were talking of him being the greatest of all times. Yes, he had to fight Fury, and he had to fight two other boxers, Deontay Wilder. But he was considered among the best. Athletic, super muscular, great physique, great athlete. However, this time, he not only, he lost the fight, he was very upset. You can check this on YouTube. He had a complete breakdown, the post-fight interview. He cried, and he even threw out his belts in the ring, and too much of drama, which he has never done before. He used to always be classy in defeat also. What was the lesson that I learned there? The lesson that I learned there, see, people question his heart, people question his the fire. That is all bullshit. Okay, people are talking from their ass. To be at world championship level, you can't be there unless you really have the fire. People just talk shit. There are a lot of people who are commenting, oh, he lost his wife. Fuck you, man. What nonsense you're talking. What people don't understand is, you have your peak to a particular age, after which it just declines. Simple. Whether it is Mike Tyson, whether it is Anderson Silva, all these famous fighters, Tito Ortiz, just take all the famous athletes and fighters. Even Manny Pacquiao, after a certain age, the decline starts because the body can't take it anymore. You can only push yourself to at peak level to a certain age, after which you can't. Why do you think athletes, Olympic athletes and all that, they start from the young age of maybe 3 or 5, and by the time they're 30, they retire? You can't. When you're small, when you're young, you can jump out of bed, you can fall down, your joints are soft. Try falling down after you're 40 or 50. You might just get fractured. When I was young, I could take my squat bar and do 160 kilos with no warm-up, zero warm-up. Just imagine, just walk into the ticket. Today, at 45, if I just do squats, sitting and standing, with no warm-up, bloody hell, I'll get cramps, and let's assume that I was in exercising and my muscles were used to it. If I don't do warm-up, I will get seriously injured. Because wear and tear, man. Like your car or any other machine, after 5-10 years of pushing, the machine will not be the same. It'll have wear and tear, right? So the lesson over there is, you have your peak to a certain level in your life, after which the decline starts. And once the decline starts, you can't stop it. Okay? So don't work with a sense of urgency. Some people say, oh, age is just a number, it's all in the head. Yeah, let's see when you are 50, 60, who will give you a job, who will chase you. Oh, Madonna is this, oh, that billionaire is that. Yeah, you're not them, and they're not you. Okay, so stop it. If you are at that level, you would have achieved that greatness. Last and not the least, Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. Oh goodness. This fight was unbelievable. Why? Kamaru Usman is built like a Marvel superhero. Okay, perfect physique, great wrestler. And not a single person doubted, even the betting odds, that he would lose. If you asked 100 people, all the 100 would say he will win. Leon Edwards, on the other hand, if you ask 100 people out of 100, would he win? They would say impossible. Even me, I knew for a fact this guy couldn't win. But he believed deep down he would. That's why his nickname is Leon Rocky Edwards. He believes in the Rocky kind of fairy tale, like Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, like an underdog would win. Now, if you see the fight, you go to Sherdog.com and check the fight. They describe it. Round 1, there are 5 rounds. Round 1, Leon Edwards gave him a tough fight and he was going to maybe submit him. But 2, 3, 4, Kamaru Usman kept winning them. Okay? He was high on the scorecards. Round number 5 came and, when you're 3-1, you've already lost. One more round, even if you win, nothing happens because he won the majority. So when round 5 started again, same it was going. But this time Kamaru, the champion, didn't feel like engaging much because he has already won the round now, just wanting to kill time so that he can just go home, take the belt. Why he has to engage? So he was not very active. This guy, on the other hand, to everyone's surprise, Leon Edwards, instead of working with a sense of urgency, like, desperate mode that I need to win, he was also relaxed. Which was confusing even the commentators. If you see some of the clips that are uploaded online, even the commentators are saying he's not working with a sense of urgency. Maybe he has accepted defeat. Some of them said, oh, he has accepted defeat. He just wants to have this experience that he fought a champion. That moment itself, one of the guys was calling the fight, I think John Anik, he said this statement. He said, I don't believe that's him. He's cut from a different cloth. He says that statement, he's cut from a different cloth. And the guy, Leon Edwards, who was just, the challenger, who was just wasting his time and not fighting with a sense of urgency, all of a sudden gives one kick with his, I think, left leg. Kamaru Usman, first he tried to give him a jab with the right. So Kamaru moved this way. As soon as he moved this way, he lifted his leg to kick him and he kicked him on the head. Kicked him on the head, he got knocked the fuck out. And everybody, including, I was watching the updates and I knew for a fact he wouldn't win. And when I saw that he won by knockout, I was like, what the fuck? The whole world got shocked. Okay, I definitely will watch it later on, the fight. I want to see it closely because it's unbelievable, mind games. This guy, he played into Kamaru Usman's game. He tried to show him, I'm not taking it serious and all that. So Kamaru put his guard down and when he least expected it, he gave one kick on the head, trapping him, making him assume that, oh, he's only going to punch me. Kicked him in the head, knocked out. So what is the lesson here? The lesson is very simple. You can be right maybe 9 times. The 10th, maybe you'll be wrong. You can get away with a lot of stuff. You got lucky, but one mistake, one bad luck, finish. Now, that's not to say that Kamaru Usman can't make a comeback. It's not to say that he can't fight and get his champion. I believe that he will. Same thing happened with Amanda Nunes. She's another fighter. She lost and she came back smashing the opposition. I believe Kamaru Usman will smash Leon Edwards and he'll win eventually. Okay? That's at least what I strongly believe, because this was a chance. They say, lucky punch. Puncher's luck, as they call it. However, I think the lesson for me that I gained from this is, don't bloody take things for granted. You put your guard down once. Just once. All it takes is one. And then you're finished. And lo and behold, that's how he lost. Anyway, these were the 3 lessons that I learned from these 3 fights that happened today. I don't know whether you agree or disagree. Whatever the case is, you let me know your thoughts. And put your comments and thoughts down below. Because for me, these were 3 amazing lessons that I learned. All right. So anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly. Put your thoughts down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care. Ciao.